ロータスか。あれレイズ使ってたけどジェットなんかこれセーフ。あレイズになった。あ今日帽子かぶってます。さあ始まりました。すごいです。歓声がなんか。ちょっとかぶって。うわ、つえレドが。アルファやなんとかしてくれ。もしただこれクロニクルが一応映画は入れてるけど、さあスマイトを捨てたクロニクルが落ちる。しかも無傷か。でかいかもしれませんこれ。これでかい。これ無傷で倒したのでかい。しかも倒した場所も結構前目だから結構 CT 側警戒してるかも今。しかもレドがHP8。どうなる。あやばい噛み合っちゃう。大丈夫これ。ああクロニクル。
Time is ticking away for safe. Only down to that paint shell now. Boombot U's going to post it and hope.
強すげえ。
Instantly put themselves on the board in an obscene pistol round. But it's been a 2v4. That was
クロちゃん。なんでスマイト使ってたの
？Even here, this is a massive overextension. But I think they've missed the timing here to try and actually get themselves onto C.
なんでスマイト使ってたの？これでいいじゃん。
Now Fnatic reaping the benefits, right? You've got that Vandal on Boast, you've got it on Chronicle, they've got a nice little buy behind it. On the other side, Ghosts and a little bit of Pandemonium.
まだいるぞ。あ、見えた。いいね。
Yeah, that's being sent. Have fun. Catch that. Any damage? No, Dirk is going to get it. Mitchell did find.
まあまあまあまあまあ。
That's about it so far. Leo took a little bit of damage too, but as it stands, nothing to report here for Liquid.
うわ、うめえ。今日見せた試合でもヤンピーすげえあれだった気がするな。ハンドがうまかったな。
Position away slightly by dealing with the door. What can they get done here, Lauren? Spike planted. This is tricky with so little kit on them. And the big issue is
やばいこれ。バンダル2丁はどうしても落としたくない。むしろ削られたくないこの3人。いいぞ。
Super keen, not allowing any issues to amount, and yeah, safe to maybe get towards the site.
吸い込みもあります。
But now, yeah, you've still got Killjoy
これは無理やろ。
and Viper, so not a fun post plant to try and handle. Absolutely not. Like safe, just probably trying to bait somebody in, but with 3 rifles, Fnatic shouldn't overstep the mark here. Just want to see them falling back now. Yeah, with the gravity roll. Maybe somebody just looking for one more.
まあワンチャン逃げ狩りか。
I guess we can get into the conversation now about this veto. It's obviously statistically, you can scroll for days and Fnatic sit at the top of most of those statistics. But coming to this to start on Lotus.
確かロータスの時はセカンドどっちも取られたんだよな。前半後半。
Keep ourselves in the correct mindset. Yes, there was a big comeback there, but the way that Liquid have adapted to this Killjoy composition, I still have lots of questions. I think Fnatic are the kryptonite to that. They're the ones to almost exploit it because there's a massive overinvestment from both of the, I don't want to say dedicated anchors, but expected anchors in the
champion
Nats. A number of times we've seen them concede first deaths and dump all of their utility and against foot. I mean, time and time again, it was just that death ball approach, sir. Then if you don't have the stall, you don't have anybody to lock down a site. It becomes very difficult. I think expecting potentially a jump peak here, but Soulcast and Nats. It's not obviously Soulcast in this position actually to play alongside Nats.
No, a little bit of a switch up there, and it's worked quite well because it looked like Fnatic were almost going to go for like a little bit of a dry contact piece like that. I don't love that from Boaster. Yeah, it felt like they were going to go for something, but the Prowler working really well for Soulcast in that kind of revealing how close Boaster had managed. But it's a quick pivot towards the other side.
On a
platter. He needs to be very aware of this. He needs to almost
and
he does!
強え。やっぱ元ギャンビット強えわ。
And safe's already here, so all of those opportunities for Leo have dwindled.
30 seconds
Might
left.
even get caught here by Nats. He seems to be aware. That's still the kill, and actually
削りたいよなこれ3ラウンド目だし
the three left to
できるだけ
left on the clock. Not seeming doable for him here.
He's got a fair fight on this.
What's it?
Yeah. Safe stayed back, but hey, Redgar, what a round from him.
Yeah, big bailout. Just as Fnatic are stacking up towards this A site here. Well, he's setting up once again, potentially to get in position for it. Lucky hit. Perfect placement on the tracers. Boaster just coming forward to try and remove some of that utility. Which again, if that is
Oh,
what I've got
smite
my eyes on
使ってる。
here. Quite often Yamaha playing ahead of it. It's not used to kind of take late contact on a site or catch potentially a mid-round audible towards B.
スマイト
Times where it's spread very thin and it's there's no contact play on the back of it. At least here, I'm seeing the same setup once again, and that's a huge positive in my eyes. It's like Liquid have actually fixed that on the fly.
I like that. This is a lot of work for Nats, though. Yes, they've been able to kind of invest Redgar back to where it was. It does buy a little bit of time, though. And they're going to try and speed up the pace a little bit here for Fnatic. Correct call on that, but let's see if they can break that back of the site. Boaster taking a lot of chip on the way down to 48, but did have at least a shot towards CT. No one seemed to respect it or even look his way. So it's Durka to deliver, takes down Soul, but Yampi answers right on back in. 2 big kills found, and they can push back towards the site if they want to. Alpha.
オルファイアけど残して
Find a little unexpected timing. No, he will have to reveal position.
Correct Chronicle is though.
きついか
He's going himself into the backside of B, and Leo's trying to regroup with him
一応クロニクルが結構場所取っていいんだよねこういう時
Chronicle has to find something here just to get back behind them.
どうな
That
ん
would
こ
be
れ
incredible if he can, but I wonder if they can.
あーまずいか
He would have to kind of knife out go. Nats is already getting paranoid. He's reading it perfectly here. Yeah, lovely work from Nats. Great intuition.
元チームメイト立ち回り分かってるか
Curious as to where he got to, and they read it correct. Lovely work from Liquid, and a beautiful hold on the site actually.
Yeah, really well played, and already seeing positives in the adjustments, the slight adjustments being made here by Liquid. I'm not Fnatic.
強っ
How early the timeout will come, but they certainly need a different approach. I think last time as well, we were commenting on how scrappy things started
これ相手褒めてる
and the scoreline really not reflecting, I think, how close some of the rounds were, but it was Liquid to take the early lead on Lotus. I think actually coming out of a timeout was when Fnatic were able to stabilize, adjust the game plan accordingly, but there's a few different things from Liquid here that certainly need addressing here. Showstopper available, Viper's Pit and the Nightfall, but with the weaponry here, doubting the investment.
Smoke goes in. It's gonna keep Fnatic at bay for a little longer. What's this ratty little thing? Nice.
お何これ
Yeah, back rubble. Well, does that land top actually?
If it lands top, that's very nice. I think one went to the back last round, so I'm wondering if it's the same one. Yeah, same as the last one. But Redgar's position, he makes no subtlety of this really, but he's still a nuisance to get past. Cycling through the smokes, he does have support in the form of Safe. It's not like he's alone on this endeavor. So once again, early round, Fnatic really not getting much play into this. No chip damage done massively, a little bit of something towards Safe, but it's barely big enough to report. So it's a lean back towards B, putting the pressure towards Yampi. Alpha!
Just deletes him.
That's nasty. Quick clear towards the door and notes no one off the back of it, so they should be able to get
あ惜しい
30 seconds.
頭当たってたけど
Opens up an avenue to close around this side, trying to defend this plant.
It's gone down on B though. This is huge for Fnatic.
取れるよ取れるよ。
4v4 and they've got the showstopper to play inside it.
あーナイスナイスナイスカバー。
Couldn't quite snap back in time to find Alpha, who's having a belting round already. Soulcast wants to close that gap if he can, but Nats needs to brave.
頑張れ黒い来る。
Walk in the pit. Soulcast does find his target. Those
やばい。
down to a 2v2 now. Tough part. Chronicle still standing. They're gonna hear this and back away.
いい時間稼ぎこれ。
Just protecting that
もう
spike
取り来た
bomb.
ねこれ。よし来たっぺこれ。来たっぺ来たっぺ。
Burnt the- I guess they burned through a lot of their
ウルト2個使ったけどでかいんじゃない？
Yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, positive for Liquid, but this is a swing round.
スマイトファントムキープレスか。そんなに大事ですかその武器。これやばない？アルファや単発系うまいなマジで。
Where Yampi's committing to an engagement ahead of his utility, it's not to take contact. He's holding that angle. And when you've got the pit and the showstopper, you can lock down B side so easily.
まあ武器差があってもね、アルティメットで取れるのがバロラントの醍醐味だよな。
Yeah, I'm seeing this a number of times now. Nats is kind of dedicated to the solo anchor this time.
やばい。
Say, Dirk, actually.
ああこれペイント弾止まってたか。
Supposed to not got a gun.
やばい。
Oh no.
やめろ観客。うおーとか言うな。バレるだろ。
I can't remember the last time we saw one of them actually. It was in overtime or something. The lock
Yeah.
Oh dear. Chronicle's gone down. Another smoke cycled in, and the support system different this time. It
Leo.
was safe before. This time it was Soulcast and actually Leo finding both of them. Big win on one of the extremities. Still advantageous towards Liquid with 3 of them alive. Alpha and Leo try and navigate the path.
どうなるこれ。
Ultimate's available here.
でも相手ウルト2つか。
They do want to try and secure this or have to invest something to secure it. So he saves here with the showstopper. If he's feeling the heat, might just look to close this one out. Leo down to 45 HP though, so
Where are
we noted here at least with the reveal.
And there it is. Felt the pressure.
He's locked in with the C's. Can't
Nice
actually
little
close
way
the
to use
gap.
it.
お
Yeah.
おおお。
Fnatic just having to
やばい撃たれる
respect
絶
the
対。
time to stun on low.
よしいい
Does
や
go
オッケ
in, doesn't get what he wants. So second attempt now. Nice work from Leo there to draw that out. Safe just running through the utility basically. Satchel.
うまい。
Actually,
あるあるある。
dropped the ball there. Yeah. Leo gets given a free pass.
Alpha's got a lockdown. Yampi does as well.
ここ取れたらマジでかい。
If Yampi finds something on the flank here, it could fall apart for Fnatic.
Let's see how close he gets. Leo, did he spot
You
him
should
there?
run.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he did. He had no idea. He did not see Leo
Yeah.
then. And now Leo's just.
ああ出た。
Shorty flies in.
頑張ったアルファや。
Great trade work from Alpha.
ここ取るのか。マジか。
Disadvantage once again.
This is ridiculous.
Yeah, Liquid have to pump the brakes. 'Cause
よく取った
that's
な。
now that Fnatic have no right to turn that back in their favor.
これはタイムアウトじゃない。
Have a gun.
This is a ridiculous swing from Leo though.
The fact that safe thought he was safe safe because of the utility and
じゃあエイムは切れすぎる。打ち直し。
I mean, they bait with the door once again
Oh, it's
to make,
incredible.
yeah, but run away from the showstopper, by the way. But another fumble in my eyes.
Please now. Starting to haunt Liquid. It's not a pleasant feeling to lose the pistol like that.
Well,
And then this.
even just jump ahead of you there. You lose the last round of Thrifty, and then
Yes.
you lose another 2v3. Potentially a 2v4. I'm not even sure what the head count was initially, but Dirk is dead off the rip for free. Like I
よく
said,
取った
the
な
spacing
今の。
slightly off whether or not this was a read on Fnatic's side to say, yeah, we're not feeling too much pressure outside rubble. Let's contest it here, but
いや俺も絶対振ろうとしてるあの場面。
in terms of the approach in the early round from Fnatic.
振ろうと GG です。
Like I said at that point, with the positions and the ultimates available, there's no way Liquid should have lost that.
で多分一人目で振ろうとして当たんないで終わりますね多分。
How many
俺
times
だった
did
ら
they bail out a couple of big kills and then the round still
心臓バクバク。
falls away from them. Cosmic Divide is there for Boaster, but on the other side,
The Vandal's
plenty of
there for
ults.
Boaster.
Honestly, that's more important to note at this juncture. Yeah, not a kill yet though, so don't
I
worry.
didn't hear
Anyway.
Yinsu scream.
来た来た来た来た当たってるよ。
Ton of damage.
Dirk is, I'm pretty sure he's seen him too.
Yeah, yeah.
So they should have known that.
これってなんでどこ抜いてんのこれ。ちょうどあそこにぶつかるの。
Yeah, Yampi's rotated very early on. Safe's trying to pick up the slack. I think that's actually intended to deal with the alarm bot, to be honest with you, not to force a player off a position. Yampi has actually switched up. I mean, you see Nats now anchoring towards tree and red guard to hold down the fort on C.
Much different look.
Yeah, Liquid looking to absorb this A site hit, to be honest with you.
Safe. Now on red alert. A lot of utility, but towards him here.
You definitely don't want to stay when Fnatic
引い
have
て
loaded as well.
頭抜かれた。
No, the paint shell should at least keep him safe for a little bit longer. Eyeball gonna go in, gonna know, I think at least maybe 2, maybe 3, and they counter-aggress. They get back into the fight here. Liquid taking a little bit of space off Fnatic, but Leo's gonna find
やば
Nats
い
here.
ダークの HP
And
が
again,
10。
we'll see the same questions arise. It's a 3v4. They've held off that A hit well.
これはアルファやってもらうしかね。
Another
あ
advantageous
れ、
round.
今日調子良さそうでも。
Can't die here.
I mean, he's got 3 players.
いや見
No
ると
one's
こいい
near.
な。
He's dead. Is this happening
困
again?
った時なら
This is going to be gutting.
Leo's got the ult now as well.
Face your fear.
And that confirms it. Yeah, no one's nearby. Yeah, lockdown, sure, but they're already
い
looking
や
at
強え
Keeper Alpha.
乗ってるわ
Finding
今日。
safe is perfect. Slip back in here.
More importantly, the lockdown doesn't actually clear sight, and Fnatic have taken the space towards spawn. Yampi on the flank here, but Liquid are very split on this approach.
Solcast a little bit of utility, but again, he's got a challenge straight away. Does he want to try and use it there? He might need to now, because Yampi needs that support.
アルファや
Starts
頼
to
む
take。those first couple of steps, but down to a 2v2. Utility in the way. Slows any attempt, and you can see the instance sitting deeper here. Alpha and Leo giving them no quarter in this. Yampi might be able to close the gap, but time is starting to tick away from him. Turret finds contact, he looks towards second piece. Perfect read from Alpha. Overwhelmed
あとは時間
by
稼げば OK じゃない
to play the clock. There's that utility. It reveals nothing. It doesn't give him away. This is what he
Whoa.
What happens? A Fnatic flip it again.
Wow. I mean, I was talking about this briefly on the desk.
いなしてるいなしてる。
Some engagements in the late round on the defense from Liquid have been their demise repeatedly. Again, the ultimate here just clears so much space for Alpha to get ahead of the rotation, catch the timing, maybe then take advantage.
なんで怒ってんの？勝ったのに。
It feels like part of this early round.
ホントが反応しなかったのかな。
So often, even though it looks really precarious, right? But they come away with an advantage situation. They deal with the initial work, whatever it may be. But the amount of times Fnatic now are finding their
多分ホントが映ってないからだと思う。
This is a very hard game to play
解除入
and
ってんの
watch. Soulcast, the only one with the rifle. Guardian out for Yampi, and then Sheriff's outside of that, and one Ghost for Nats. But Chronicle methodically taken up towards that A site. Soulcast this time sitting a little deeper, being a bit more cautious now that Odin's come out to play.
危ねえなーって言ってそう。
Only got a Sheriff. Pulled off a miracle from here previously, but Alpha's not entertaining it just yet. Fnatic actually clearing through outside B site. Sturka's still
You want to fight it?
trying to nearly actually catch it.
It's
何その打ち方。
He actually snapped his Soulcast too.
ああ強すぎ。
22 massive kills when he had 0 right to safe, trying to get a little proactive on this. Keep on their toes.
今の打ち方やば。
They
何今の。
want none of that sort of messiness that was happening. Don't allow an opportunity as Nats looking a little bit more dangerous here. After that damage of the pistol.
今のレオの打ち方やばく
Once
ない？
again, Fnatic find themselves
去り際にドゥルルって。
three alive. Lots of util to burn through if they needed to.
Yeah, got a star down and 2 nano swarms. So here was a save round for Liquid, so Nats wants to try and chip away at this cushion that Fnatic have developed already.
吸い込みあります。グレーあります。遅延最高です。ホウントもあります。
Safety nets, contingencies here for Fnatic in the post plant. Make it as difficult as possible for him.
I think he's starting to realize the penny's dropping. No one's giving me a fight. No one's doing anything. Let's see what I can achieve. Taking
あ、
one
出
down.
てきた。危ね
We had, there it is. Okay, so tried to chip away at the economy in the end. That was the only real option. As said, that post plant was pretty much wrapped by the time they had all that utility just bedded over it. It got a little messy, sure, but it never
流れいいよ。
Fnatic are losing control in this.
流れいい。
And just to
め
note
ちゃくちゃいい。
as well, since we've had this adjustment of Nats coming across to A site alongside Soulcast and Yampi actually picking up the slack inside.
ちょっと待って、あそこ抜くのすげえ楽しそう。
Broken door.
俺もオーディン持
Especially
ちたい
when that Odin comes in for Chronicle.
ロータス。
You just can't hold behind the door. You really can't. with tools like the Prowler, the Boombot, anything like that, once that information is confirmed, it's such a confined space that the spam is just so easy.
もう回転ドア抜けんの？あ、抜けんだこ
Attempt
こ。
made. Damage done back though, so almost walking away square even.
もうアセットの B みたいになってんじゃん、抜き勝負。
So Durka down to 74 and Nats down to 83. So a little bit of chip damage, yes. But look at the
結
adjustment.
局コインなんのか。
Look at the adjustment in the Killjoy utility. The alarm bot's protecting a lurk through A, and we've still got 3 players there. There's nothing to take contact in B other than the turret.
なんかお互い抜いてる。
I just, as it stands, Fnatic feel like they have the perfect approach to this. And there it is. B side's all theirs. Cool. Plant should be coming in.
Lockdown post plant as well.
Lovely. Couldn't ask for much more here. Yampi, just about as useful as a chocolate teapot in this. What was he meant to do?
Alpha's got his hands full though. Well, both are going to pick it up now. There's 2 flanking through. Chronicle still positioned outside rubble. Rocket safe and Red Guard doing
Absolutely nothing.
absolutely nothing.
0 between the turret and booster.
I mean,
It's
that's a
done
save.
enough.
なんかタレットで一人死んだ。
Immediately for Liquid.
They've got to find an answer to this. Liquid are just being manipulated around this map. Again, Fnatic show early intent towards maybe, you know, A long, a little bit of, you know, presence towards C, wherever it is, but this fold back in towards B has been
見られ
working
た
so
ねこれ
well.
多分。
Yes, they deny
一方
Chronicle.
的に。
It's not the end of the world really at this point. Liquid need a round.
Yeah, they
Desperately need
and
a
the problem
round.
being that the weak part of Liquid's Lotus game has been retakes. They sit at about a 22% success rate. They need to stop the spike from going down.
Yep.
Needs to be pressure on the extremities. Again, leave one of these anchors and dedicate them to anchoring. There's not enough achieved in the early round by Liquid to even throw Fnatic off. Even in the rounds where you have a bailout, Redgar 3K, you have
重なってたんだこれ。
2 kills.
Benny Toretto coming in hot, baby.
Another one for the montage.
Of course, you must collect them. And once again, you could always then argue Fnatic, and when they feel like that adjustment may come in, they can always lean back into a full site take. But a little difference here on the KJ setup as well. Lambot over towards B, but it's pressure. And now let's see if they can deal with it. Big reveal there, big paranoia. Big kill coming in from Redgar. Finds Durka. They've handled this aggression for now. Now it's that secondary step that's worked well.
これは無理。
Fnatic though, that lean back towards B, that late take towards C. Now we can see if they can adjust in time. Can they keep toe-to-toe with what Fnatic are doing?
That's a semi-committed position here with an Odin playing off the turret contact. Doesn't actually have any utility in the choke point. Soulcast is coming across here. Chronicle.
クロニクル取って設置までいければって感じなんか。
Lockdown is going to force them out here. I'm conscious of a setup actually that catches the top
ロッ
left
クダウンで引かし
Either
て
Nats or Soulcast try and commit to it.
設置までいけるかね。
Is there nothing to make him have issue yet? The site wasn't fully taken until
いや
now.
きついか。
So the cross gets punished. Poster and Chronicle lazily strolling on up, and they get caught on the way. Nats not checked.
I mean, the stun was actually put in this corner, but without a smoke here, Nats can just step out of the way, still catch the cross.
And the spike just being left on the side there makes it so difficult. They're going to have to try and find a different way. Double stack on both parts of this site, basically. 2 towards CT, 2 towards connector, and 1 slowly creeping around. That's going to be Redgar.
One enemy remaining.
And yeah, a little bit of damage, okay, but Leo's going to need to pull off what, an ace, basically?
レオなんとかして。
Yeah. Probably not going to happen here.
Ah,
No, there's that
timing.
eventual slow creeping death from Redgar. And again, I felt like Fnatic took some of the correct steps there, but Liquid got away with having...
C 中のオーディン強えな。あれ抜けるし CT 木なけったら木なくても抜けるか。 ピン刺しとけば。
I'm not sure if there's a lack of utility or whether or not, you know, initially with this site hit, you can see here the stun comes through, but Nats steps out. There's no smoke covering. Nobody's swinging with the stun.
Yeah.
The timing's just completely off here. Maybe if Durka's alive there's a
Oh, maybe
Seize
that's
combo
the- yeah.
or something. But yeah, a little bit off kilter there with that C-site hit.
Oh,
Chronicle
dear.
off the rip, finds Soulcast.
Soulcast getting fully...
うまい。
They've worked it out. Fnatic,
おー
they
対策
didn't
した
like what they just saw. And
Face
in the
change.
space of a round, they've got him dead, basically.
Yeah.
Now Durka 1 away from the ult as well. Yampy, that's a little ambitious here, mate. Leo.
おいおいおい見えてんじゃねえのか。
It's down to one with the
Even
decay
the
taking
crowd
effect.
feeling
Yeah.
that. They're like, oh. 1 HP. It's a slip away in time, so he does get to go back up to, you know, a reasonable amount of HP, but how much further can he creep? Gets the angle.
うわ、えぐこれ。
Loses HP again. Yampy
Player standing.
is having a horrible day at the office here, and Fnatic just switching gear. It feels like the difference of caliber already being shown. The fact that
いいんじゃない？
the space of a round, they feel like maybe okay, that's a good
93
adjustment towards, you know, them pushing out, taking a long control. Let's deal with that now. It's an instant call.
I think Liquid have.
何これ。
He still does it.
I think since this comp change as
いい
well,
フォント入って
it's
たんだ
been
な。
difficult to see what plans Liquid have around safe in the early round. It's Redgar TPing forward. It's again, I'm not sure if we're missing it off screen, but how many times have we seen the C's and the nade invested here? This time, hopefully, with. Wow,
Wow.
going to catch him with operator. That's the answer in this round.
Just heard that pop as well. Safe trying to close in, sends it.
危ね。
Ooh, just went on
もう
by.
取って取られてって感じだ
Well,
な。
that's first blood drawn, right? They've won the battle out this time, willing to scrap towards A long. But these pivots back towards B have been working really well. This time, different setup though. Does we see Yampy punished again, or does he play cool this time? Does he sit a little deeper?
In the same angle once again, but adjustment of utility. And the boombot actually come through.
Nice.
Spot the whereabouts of Fnatic. Avoids the C's.
Where are you?
Actually, Fnatic going to try and slip through to C potentially with this. I mean, Natsback's right off the choke point, and it's drawn Yampy as well.
うわ、離脱してんだよな。
Yeah, they were trying basically everywhere here, pulling them apart, but safe on the cross. They need to hear him to land those shots. He knows they're coming his way. Spots another, takes another. Lovely.
Down B.
Now Alpha,
I got the spike.
4 more players.
Ah,
Not
correct.
gonna happen. Okay, we've got a half. We've got a half. It felt like we weren't going to have a half, but here we are.
That's the best of a bad situation
Yeah.
for Liquid, to be honest with
Yeah.
you, to come out of that half with 4 rounds. Yeah, it's some. I guess missing some of those set pieces that other teams demonstrate very well on the defense on Lotus. That I don't know if it is the comp change and maybe not had enough time to really come up with some diversity in the way that they hold on to, particularly Rubble outside.
ピストル取ってくれ。
When and where they want to get aggressive, because they're outside of Rubble. I mean, we didn't really have anything. Pre Spike coming down, pre Fnatic finding a first blood, wasn't really anything from Liquid. It was very.
ピストル取れたらでかいね。
Yeah, and I want to see the second half. It's a best of 5 now.
Sure, yeah.
Long series, just going to kind of play it cool on this long term. But yeah, it did feel a little one-dimensional. There wasn't that layering to this.
We've seen hints of this, so this isn't necessarily a surprise. And Fnatic have looked exceptional on the attack on Lotus. So take nothing away from their performance here in the first half.
取れてきていいかな。
Their ability to pivot so quickly is just always a treat to watch. As said, small adjustments here and there, instant gear changes, shift changes, pace changes coming in. But we have to kind of also highlight this started off of the tail of basically Fnatic turning every situation. No matter if you felt like you won the early round, I wouldn't be so sure.
Yeah, I feel like 3 out of the 5 advantages that Liquid had, Fnatic flipped them. And it wasn't really down to, you know, somebody from Fnatic going nuts.
No.
It just, after the first blood, Liquid never reset back. And this is the thing I was talking about versus Foot. There was a number of times where it's 5v5, there's 35 seconds left on the clock, there's a boatload of utility available for Liquid, and they still commit to engagements in some of the choke points. At that point, you know, play for the retake, get set up, don't give away the 2 kills and then put the remainders of Liquid in a 3v5 retake situation. I don't think that was necessarily evident here in this half, but...
No, bigger picture though, that was something for sure.
There was no reset after the first bloods that Liquid found.
Which is weird, right? I again, don't know if it's just because it's the grand final, a little looser, just trying to play it out, see how it feels,
No, I
but
think we've seen it already.
we have seen it more than once, yeah. Which, again, something that maybe they need to address before Tokyo, desperately. If you're showing any sort of weakness at this point, every other team who's going to that event will also notice it as well. So we'll have to see if that does come in to effect. But when you are in best of fives and the veto is how it's done, which is like ban pick for Fnatic, they do have that huge advantage coming in. They should be able to kind of take this game where they want it. So for Liquid, they knew they'd be starting on the back foot. I just wish a couple of those rounds they were a little bit tighter on, because that scoreline could have been much closer.
So being the attacking side being their favourite half, but it's a tall order. It starts with a pistol hit. Liquid very quickly, 120 on the clock, set up outside of C site. Logicool has 2 snake bites here, a little bit of complementary utility as well, but has to respect it, takes a little bit of chip damage.
やっぱ C 攻めなんだ。
Okay, Spot's on the way. Still not crossed safely enough to get the plant down just yet, so keep in mind that there's still threat here. Spam's done. I mean, look at the HP. They're starting to get a little low on this. And there's the push. Nats takes the space right on back. Takes it away from Chronicle. The trade was there.
ピストルラウンドで C 守るの無理じゃない俺。
Second time of asking, it should
オー
be
ディンと
there.
かオペレーターありきじゃないの ?C 既読これもしかして。ピストルラウンド。
Yampy actually planting the seeds of a flank coming through. Durka finds Soulcast with a paint shell.
Paint shell, I don't think he thought he was going to come back down that way. And now down to Bose.
やばい。セーフが強い。
He's trying to get just the edge of the spike here.
He's heard the other, but he's just not going to get a comfortable fight. Oh, good damage. Paint shell going to come out, trying to draw that away. 28 HP. This is going to need a lot of work here. Looks to Yampy. Good work on him.
Not like
He's
this.
trying.
Surely not.
You're gonna check this, right? You're gonna check. Oh, bloody hell!
Oh, Sheena.
Close. I thought there was no way that was gonna even become a problem.
The mind games there, safe down to 16 HP. It's seen on the first half.
Yep.
A poster sticks it through. A great read of the situation. Liquid find their fit.
あれロングの方のピークしてくれて倒すのめっちゃうまかったわ。
Yeah, perfect time as well for Yampy just to show presence and create that paranoia that there's going to be alert coming through. A 4 on the pistol for safe as well.
Nice to see him activated here nice and early. And a hyper aggressive beginning. It's 2 sheriffs, one's just gone.
おおでかい。
Oh,
アルファやったら突然。
oh, run away. And that's a bulldog.
Yeah.
Right. Unfortunately, for the other side though, Alpha was also low, so Nats was able to capture him, and we're down.
アルファやのタレとミサイル撃ってる。
With that bulldog. Nats, the position is great. He knows that Dirk was slightly further ahead, but actually this readjust from Leo could be an issue. It is. Oh dear, it's all going a little wonky. Safe the one to try and secure. How much damage can Dirk do here?
He gets an opportunity to play exits. Redgar 5 HP. They're going to be scrambling to get out of sight here with the clock ticking. Yeah, Redgar's trying to go and get one of those rifles.
Yeah, maybe.
さすがに時間ないか。
Gonna get it. Okay. But this is costly as hell, considering I think that was 2 sheriffs and that was it. Woof.
まあでもだいぶ削ったか。3本と
Even in your wins, it feels like Fnatic get the better of you. It's mad.
Nats and Safe encroaching on their ultimates here. Probably ride this through with a couple of shit, I'm hoping.
ここ取って。
Oh, there he is.
He's back in the koi game.
But if he's having fun, you know, that's all that really matters.
I just want to see him smiling.
Honestly.
エドワさんバッキー。
Yeah, and then you're just a bully, a nasty bully. Okay. Looks like a pretty clear intention.
Oh.
Durka wins that against Nats.
Apparently.
And now there's a problem. They've got 4 players on P and nowhere else to go to. You could fall back blindly, sure.
Yeah, the problem is they have to re-clear so much of the map.
How much utility do they even have to do this? Or do they just risk it and have to, I guess, risk it, right?
Neither of Redgar's smokes are there just yet. Safe will be noted.
オーディン来るよこれ、オーディン。C オーディン来るよ。
He's literally looking to play anti-plant once again. So Chronicle doing the same thing as well with the snake bites. This is going to be the approach for Fnatic here for some of these late round hits on C.
おぶね。
Key didn't look great,
やばい。
but that's gone quite well. Eventually overwhelmed by Yampy, but the site isn't safe. The spike's gone down. Durka slides in, and it's all on safe. Oh dear.
Be careful, he's 10 HP.
Yeah, little maybe
一本でも多くな
overzealous
残したい。
for that one. Didn't have to die for it. Another clear
やべえ、スマイトファントム強い。
Fnatic, you're giving him an opportunity here, and
Yeah,
this
bro.
man needs no chances given. Paint show back online for him. Tries to post it. Did he catch an audio cue from
Over there.
the angle from Alpha? Too many targets to worry about in the end, but got a little nervous seeing that.
逆を言えばこれスマイトファントムだからこそここで済んだのかもしれない。危ね
Costly. Fnatic lose a lot here. Post at this point. The boom bot just makes the spray control just a little bit harder.
Just a little.
え。これ強すぎだろ。
Fnatic,
頭
I
2
think,
発
will be able to get rifles back on the board at least. Should be coming close to potentially Boaster and Durka's ultimate, yeah. Liquid lagging behind a little bit actually, a little more top heavy for them in the second half so far.
お、アルティメット上がったよ。
There's that online for Durka, so he's going to be a man to avoid, basically, if he can this round. They also had Soulcast still trying to put
お、すごい。でもこれ C 寄ってってる。
It's a three-man stack
Yeah.
towards C. They're expecting Liquid to drift very quickly towards this hit, but it doesn't come through. Maybe on the back of Durka being completely uncontested for this orb. But now he's in a deadly position.
Does that catch on someone? No. Okay, so they just avoided the Prowler, so that might give him a nice little window to work towards, but you still are going
A
towards
なんだ。
the Danger Man himself. You got Durka waiting here. Leo just sat around the corner. He's not completely backed away either.
Leo's utility as well.
Yeah.
So a real chance to slow things down.
I don't know what Liquid are up to yet. This feels.
Wow,
they
いいね。
leave so much
危ね。
chance here. They hadn't drawn away too much of the utility. They've
から C
back
なんだ。
towards this C hit. And just gonna let safe lead the way. Can they find the player they need? Oh,
あ、でもよく一人持ってた。
But a 1-1 trade out, but the site is theirs. Spike not fully crossed over just yet.
うわ、
Speaking
や
of
ばい。
crossing paths in the smoke.
やばい。
Now with the push towards CT, Safe is securing this one. Leo's gone down. Leaving just Durka alive.
Ducks.
1v3 now. I've told you a couple of tales in the past, a
Yeah.
couple of stories, fables.
How's this one end?
Probably a save.
さすがに基地か。
Did you select his weaponry today?
No, you see, he's still running the skins from the other day. Actually.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
I see he was a fan.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting. Man of taste.
I just hate seeing him use the Phantom.
It just doesn't feel right to me. It doesn't suit.
Might actually get a chance for an exit here. Pings are coming through from Liquid, but Redgar's
He's close. Redguard does do weird things
Durka's
sometimes.
foaming at the mouth here.
Yeah,
in
he's
this.
like, I know you're here. Does he do it? Does he do Durka? Ah, okay, okay. He's not gonna go too far. Yeah, keeping all of that is valuable enough. That's fair. 7 to 9. Okay. That feel.
やべえ、チームリキッド強え。
I mean, I guess if anything, yes, they dismantled that stack that was on C, sure, but it just felt very strange.
ちょっとスマイトファントム強いやん。
Drifting default across
なんでこの人犬になるの？なんで犬になるの？
So it begins while they're still trailing Fnatic.
But yeah, it's a bit unfortunate for Fnatic. I mean, Alpha still staring down a C as a showstopper, able to get away with one.
Whoa.
Concentrating away from this beautiful shot from Redguard.
That was a
Alpha just
stunner.
hoping to get ahead of that reveal. But pinged at the last second.
That was a very nice shot. Do they see a vulnerability they want to explore, which is Red Guy? Yeah, I think he's like, there's a lot of utility behind that, and they shouldn't have much. I think I'm going to dip away, actually. So falls off this, but it does become incredibly telling that Liquid are going towards A, and they need to get a bit of a wiggle on here, because Red Guy's going to be in a whole lot of trouble.
アルティメット入れてリテイク。
Split across C.
ああ、ここ。おお、危ねえ、救ってる。
The audio, just that
おお、
bleed
絶
in.
対食われると思った今
Step
のシ
on the
ー
sound, they turn, and you see the nice little crunch there. That's another rifle to hand.
ン。もう
That's
銃口まで見えてた。
more dangerous.
銃の半分ぐらいまで見えてた今。
Showstopper available.
でこれ裏多いから滑るんだ。あーこれはうまいな。つえ。
Again, being proactive once again towards spawn. This time as 4, 2 up the rope and 2 through the archway.
Thank God, because
めちゃくちゃいい試合してます。
close to there, I think, with just like a guardian or something. But still, he's holding a lot of that room. They wouldn't be able to be as safe towards you, playing back towards the side. It's very well done to them to do that with intent.
Time just heartbreaking for Alpha.
ここ映ってもジャンプシュートヘッド抜けるか一発で。
Come into a crucial round now. Liquid already made great progress back into this, almost flawless on the way back. They're only one round going towards Fnatic. This buy round will decide an awful lot of how this actually concludes. Take a quick look at the ultimates. Obviously there was a few available there.
Yep.
So there's Nightfall, Showstopper, Cosmic Divide, and actually Alpha and Chronicle one away from there, so a huge advantage for Fnatic in that regard. But Liquid have the pit and the lockdown, so they have the ability to clear a site and secure it in a post plant.
What do they go for then? This is a lovely little conundrum these teams now have. Probably why the timeout's called, to really run through those options. That could work with here.
Well, yeah, this basically becomes a must-win for Fnatic because they're tapped out financially behind this.
But so many tools to work with. What do they do with this one? I'm kind of interested. And again, we saw Nats being bullied in the last game, especially on this side. He was dealt with, and I wonder if that's something they explore here. Is a 4-play stack towards A for Fnatic. They are looking to take that space with players behind it. Liquid in no hurry, particularly. Still have their own lockdown. Still have obviously Nats with the Viper's Pit as well. And all of that to push up Durka to this position.
This is the deadly combo though. Chronicle drifting across to help Boaster, and with that Odin, the snake bite can be absolutely deadly.
Oh, 確実にワンピック取りに行った。
Yeah. Overstayed his welcome just a little bit, and he's punished for it.
Yep. Now they're going to respond with a lockdown. But are they prepared? No. Okay, I was looking to see if
ここまではいい。
Boaster's going to try and
ここ
stick
からどう
around
す
on
る？
this, or fully fall away. It looks like he is going to commit towards that corner. He's going to have a fight on it. Pain Shell's gone in. Does not find what they want, actually. Boast has been given a chance here. Spam comes in. Does he get the connection?
それだったか。
Damage,
しい
but
な。
not that much.
ただロックダウンあるぞ。ロックダウン使ってバイパーズビット剥がして。
Safe goes. Actually, no, it's Durka to fall.
壁も使って。
Safe even dip back in onto that one.
あ、これはやばいかも。あ、
He's too aware and the diffuse isn't
あー、隣り合わせです。
They already had to check this. A fumble made.
あははは。よくわかったな。
It's sliced.
Been a while since we've seen one of those. Obviously confirmed by the C's.
なんだこのナイフだけ先に出るやつ。
Like I said, it feels like a must-win, but the big benefit being both of Liquid's big execute-oriented ultimates. Here, save 2 away from the showstopper, but that's about it.
The desk slam into the wave. Oh, the absolute range of emotions. But 8 to 10, it's given them a lifeline.
Sorry, just look at the contrast here. The freedom that Fnatic have on the defense towards Rubble.
Every round, Durka's there. If you want it, that is. Yes, they go for last round. I think it was like 4 players to try and facilitate it. Sure, but they leave 2 there, and they seem perfectly comfortable. They don't have to overexpend utility.
I think this is paranoia from the number of times Nats was punished in that position previously. There's a real lack of focus on the side of Liquid. We're down to a minute now, and I mean, looks like the spawn barrier's just dropped.
Yeah, that does. Late exchange of util. And player spotted. Okay, Safe going to take those first couple of steps. Does he close the gap? No. Holds for a second. Fnatic respect it. Sit deeper. They're going to take the long way back around towards site. They're not committing here. Where the hell
Liquid drifting back away once again. But Redgar and Yampi haven't necessarily found any tangibles here in the lurk.
No, there's not been any massive gains in this. Okay.
30
Turret
seconds left.
dealt with. Alpha spotted, but it's a C site take. This time around, stuck towards the back.
大丈夫これじゃん。ヤンピーがやばい。
He has Yampy. Oh, he
あ
couldn't quite catch
っぶ
Leo.
ね
So Yampy has to kind of sit a little deeper now. He knows he's a problem. Nightfall gonna come in. Spam comes out. Soulcast. He's barely breathing, but he's still standing. And Raycar's found Chronicle. A double
あれそう
dip
抜きが
back
浅いん
in
ですか
Alpha
ね
trade out, but now a 4v3. Leo down low. Alpha and Durka looking for the next steps, but this post plant's ratty. It's nasty to try and break. Layer upon layer, and Nats is the first. Perfect work from Nats. Perfect close. Gorgeous from Nats now, showing his real value in these late rounds.
And the approach here is to, I think, commit towards the retake from the get-go. They want to play the Nightfall, they want to make use of the decay and commit to that anti-plant approach on C, but the shot's just not landing for Boaster. Unfortunately, at that point, he's semi-committed to... You talk about operators in the retake, the Odin's just as bad.
Yep.
Even here, I think a little red herring because the C's catches, but Soulcast able to jump away and actually get down underneath.
It's kind of lucky, if I'm honest, even get away with that. I thought that would be at least denial of the plant, but no. Wow, okay.
かなりいい試合してます。接戦です。
Really paying off for Fnatic.
I don't love it. If I'm honest, it's just too much into the unknown, and they put you on the back foot trying to play retake, which is just like doubling down on a bad scenario. See what the adjustments are. Fnatic have, I'm sure, pages of options, but what do they go to?
One round left for Liquid to find to tie things up here. Like I said, statistically, you look at the veto, there's very few gaps for Fnatic, but even here with this map score, it's defying the statistics, to be honest with you.
It certainly is.
Showstopper back in hand now for Liquid.
来たハーフバイ。
Only the pit to work with for Fnatic. 3 away from the lockdown though already. Great progress back into that.
Okay, where's the change up, Fnatic? Show me what you can do now. Does Chronicle try and hold this? Yeah, it looks a little different already. That's on the other side of the map, still cautious as ever, feeling maybe haunted. That horrific game not too long ago. Durka's going to take the space. They're giving him so much to play with if he wants it. He does have the support from Leo as well. Paint shell in, C's there. They're in danger. Didn't take as much damage as expected. Keep themselves standing. But that's early pressure again.
Again, Liquid holding just outside of this.
なんだこれ。
Look for a combo here with the snake bite, the showstopper potentially, but
They're gone.
yeah.
Long gone, yeah. Safe can backfill
や
the
っぱ
space.
セットしっかりしてるな。
Send it in blind, but beyond that,
うわ、ダーク。
Blender. Durka there at the helm of it all. Boaster with a good trade as well, takes out Yampy, so even with Soulcast drawing blood, it really doesn't matter much. Fnatic all too aware now. Regaining a little composure on this map.
And the problem being there's been such a lack of focus that this is a big question mark.
30 seconds
So
left.
late on in the half for Liquid to try and rely on. It comes through here in a round where it burns up a huge ultimate. And I hate to say it, but they almost learn nothing from it. There's no vivid picture of how they're holding A site. Dirk are able to peel away so quickly.
10 seconds left.
うわ。
Alpha's probably the one you don't want to give a kill to, but
Doesn't get away, he doesn't get away. There's no getting
よ
away.
しよしよしよしよしよし。
Okay,
怖え。
That's about all she wrote there. But I'm still worried about this A presence, right? If I'm looking at it from like a Liquid
Well, Liquid
perspective. Yeah,
seemingly.
yeah, apparently not.
Like I said, this is almost unthinkable this late on in the half to now try and roll the dice on some of these attempts to retake the space early or even take it away from Fnatic, because the reclearances have not been good from Liquid at all.
マジか。いやでも英語はしてるな。
I
Like I
just
said,
feel like
this
it's
is-
fundamentally flawed, and that's what's worrying.
Absolutely. I mean, this isn't even a conditioning factor. Like I said, Liquid have been so hesitant, so cautious
start.
of not giving away a first blood, and I think maybe that is the element of Nats being punished there time and time again the other day, but you can't leave it this late with this many buy rounds that have gone through to now start exploring, because it's unknown territory, uncharted territory.
You just don't get that wiggle room to try and kind of navigate through it, right? You can't sit there and discuss and maybe come up with a concept that you'd like to run.
I mean, the other side of it as well, Liquid don't even really benefit on any paranoia of alert coming through rubble. Because there's been a lack of presence, Fnatic have all the freedom.
Yeah, carte blanche, do what you want. We've seen it. How many times has Dirk and Leo just kind of gone on the
Yeah,怖え.
Okay, cool, C's nade, maybe
このまま取り切ってくれ.
Okay, if we don't, we still got the showstopper refancy. Push all the way up, take all that space. You don't want to let these players have their way to that extent. So now the problem is Liquid have to try and either fight for it back, which may be the plan, going in blind to it.
Still got cash in the bank though. Only Redgar's TP to work with. Fnatic getting closer and closer to another whole cycle here. A couple of crucial ones. The pit available for Chronicle, 2 off the lockdown, 1 off the showstopper for Durka. And that's it, the response looks like now Liquid want to try and explore this space. Redgar commits to
Whoa,
the TP.
CT
It's a little
飛んだぞ.
unorthodox here. Potential to catch somebody off guard. Bosa seems aware of it.
一応警戒をしてそうだけど.
He's gone for a little bit of a look.
あー、やばい.
He turned for the
He tried to help out Leo. He tried to help Leo on the side who was so isolated, but the timing for Redgar was perfect, and it was appalling for Boaster on the other.
これレオちゃんやばいかもで
He
す.
seemed like he was considering that
he
TP.
was literally scanning all of spawn. It's only when he turns to pop the smoke.
これレオちゃんやばいかもです.
For it.
あー.
This as well.
Oh my word. Liquid, what is this take?
I mean, Liquid pull it out of the bag.
Yeah, and now you got Redgar in this.
ちょっとレドが頑張りすぎでしょ.
He doesn't need to overdo this either. He's going to, but he doesn't need to. He's done his work. That's basically forced them into a save. You know, Durka maybe can do some damage on the way out, lock him in on the site at best, but that was beautifully done.
Yeah.
I mean, a little
お
unfortunate.
願いダークか?
Which way you look at it. Unlucky for Boaster in the timing then, but also credit to Liquid for seemingly facing their fears and finally taking the site.
Well, I think this is a perfect read as well. Fnatic almost expecting a pace change elsewhere on the map. It's the first time you don't see Durka and Leo really commanding this early space.
No.
Oh well. I didn't spot that for a second then.
Yeah.
That only happens in NA. Not here.
ワンチャン解除いった.
But yeah, it's beautiful from Liquid. Talk about it being
あの手の昔の FPS になってます忍者解除とかって今あんのかな? あることある. 音鳴っちゃうし、まあ解除入ったら.
Oh, I'm a little half.
今日あんだ. へえ.
He's trying to be the good teammate, help out Leo who's isolated. Sure, it makes sense, but great timing, I guess, if you're Redguard to go hunting for that as well. Wow, okay.
実は最近あった。そうなんだ。みんな飛ぶことを恐れて。
They can afford to play out a couple of scrappy rounds here. Maybe build back towards some of these ults. I think Fnatic still with the upper hand in that regard, yes, but they come into this with rifles and a judge in the hands of Boaster. This set up towards C as well. Looking to bait Liquid into the blender. This is going towards Rubble. This is almost kind of a fake to say that, yeah, we're set up outside A.
Yeah, Soulcast throwing in a prowler towards it. I like he's actually clearing it himself as well, putting a body behind the utility.
ああ、ジャッジジャッジジャッジジャッジ.
Bosa's like, I've got one.
ああ、来ない.
If he doesn't follow through.
Okay. So this is nice. He's kind of acting like basically an alarm bot at this point. No one's pushed behind that little show of force. Paranoia's okay. Gonna force the early util though.
Yeah, it burns a lot. We'll buy a little bit of time for the rotation to come through. That guy's got to be careful. I mean, he's actually slipped through.
He has, but I'm pretty sure Chronicle saw him.
Yeah.
The shot's fantastic. And Boaster's
Whoa.
there in time. Spams away. That's got him too. Leaving just one with Liquid now. And wow,
EMEA のジャッジも強い.
I thought it was going to be a blender with the util, but it's Boaster actually slipping back behind this push.
バウバウ.
They find massive value with the judge. Beautifully done. I thought they pulled the trigger a little early, to be honest with you. It's just on the back of the boom bot. But it's enough here to buy a little bit of time for Boaster to reposition. They ain't pretty, but it gets the job done.
さあ、マッチポイント.
It's funny because I actually liked what Liquid are trying to do, show that presence over towards the other side of the map, kind of push and pull.
取れ取れ取れ、このまま。
That's what that lineup actually cuts down
Ute,
the
ute, ute,
rotation
ute.
time massively.
Speaking of,
Yeah,
hello. Durka's angle.
he's not watching this though.
No, he is not. But he adjusts quick enough.
うわ
That's got the better of him this time. Durka goes down. A little confidence booster for Nats there.
With that orb going up, I'm not sure why both members of Fnatic there, Leo and Durka, are committed towards peeking the right side of rubble. Again, almost the victims of their own success or their own freedom early on in this half.
Placing swarm grenade.
Easy to kind of rest on your laurels a little bit when you
Yeah, a
have
little
been
bit of
tested.
complacency, honestly.
いやー、なんかこれレオならなんとかしそうな気がする。
He's gonna certainly hit the door. And now he's in
あ、でもバレ
danger.
てたか。
Caught by tree, counter spam, hoping for
あー、
the
これはきついわ。
best. Forgets the worst, Soulcast.
Like 3 people mag dump into
Yep.
him.
Just there's not much more you're meant to do with that. And by all accounts, they've done this perfectly, right? They've taken down Durka initially,
They
they've
pulled the
punished
rotation,
Leo.
finally.
This is it, and now you've got Redguard with all this space available.
30 seconds
Should be able to drift in freely. Obviously, he doesn't know how well they've
これ
succeeded.
C なんだ
Still have to be
な。
cautious about it, wait for the rest of the team, but absolutely brilliant approach from Liquid. They've done the perfect kind of a little bit of a fake, a little bit of something, show a little bit of presence, and then pull the rotation.
Last few rounds have looked better than the entire half.
Keep かな、これ。
in terms of the approach. Fnatic will give this one up. Oh, Alpha looked as if he was going to. I mean, Chronicle's a million miles away.
キープ入りそう。
Alright.
One and done for Alpha. Again, Boaster and Chronicle at 750 and 900 credits. They're going to be wanting to maintain as best they can. At least give her a chance to have a chat while this round concludes. But yeah, been very impressed actually with Liquid getting some of these rounds back under control. So it didn't feel like there was, you know, bigger picture-wise, a very robust plan in place.
No, now seeing this a couple of times, I'm happy enough with it, even with the one just prior going wrong to an extent. The fact they're able to do it now.
にゃ
Okay, that's
Boaster should be
can they
able
still
to.
get a buy?
Well, I was going to
Well.
say you can buy a Guardian or something, but it's actually going to be a judge. I said the important thing as well, it's happened in a way that now forces an adjustment from Fnatic.
Yeah.
Because it hasn't been considered previously, and Fnatic have had no resistance whatsoever. We keep
ーやだ、オ
referencing
ーバー
the
タイ
freedom.
ム。やだ。
Now actually it warrants a response from Fnatic. Not necessarily to address it, but I'm not seeing any change.
Stopper is here for Durka though, so this gets quite
Maybe
unnerving.
This is the way to address it.
Yeah, high amounts of pressure here. Full investments of utility behind it, but no drastic push. But talk about pressure. Similar scenes on the other side. They're taking space quickly. Trying to avoid some of that setup, but Alpha's going to find safe. Turns
Okay,
around, looks
頑張れ。
to the right, spotted another
いい
coming
引
up
き。
towards C. He's now on red alert. Chronicles by his side, and they're buying
いいよ。
time. Yagi just got caught as well. This is going very well for Fnatic. Winning out the extremities. Big fight for Nats though. Messy, but it works.
It's got a pit.
He's got to be careful to not get isolated here, but there's
ロ
the
ックダウンと
lockdown as
壁
well.
で。
Do they try and push in time? This Alpha's getting
取りたい、これは。
interested. Hello.
There's still so much time though, Lauren.
They are backing. Slowly but surely they are backing.
はい、すぎる。
Soulcast got caught, but sells them a tail, sells them a picture. They're trying to quickly pivot. Nightfall comes in, almost herding them away from that B site. Gonna note them both. Redgar has to just chill for a second. He hasn't got much HP to play with, so
That's
give
the
it a
way for the
moment.
decay.
落としてるよ、落としてるよ、落としてるよ。
And the cross is being watched. Alpha's
Oh.
been here. Divide. Gonna go up.
よしよしよしよし
That's
よし。
Redgar going down, and it's all on Nats. He's got his pit.
いやー、怖い、このバイパーズピット。
Oh dear, there's a showstopper coming in.
Oh my god.
Surely be showstopper.
うわー、ナイス。
Showstopper, and it's
危ねー。
going to Fnatic here.
ナッツ最後になんかこの怖いよ。
Much closer affair than I thought.
Yeah, I think it's him, but nonetheless, Fnatic
やっぱ
able to
ロータス
stabilize
取ってくる
it
な。
with that one.
Yeah, seeing that kind of I
今日見たアッパーのやつもオーバータイムだ
Fnatic
ったし
in
な。
their
危んな。
capability to go beyond the expected amount. They have more of that
やっぱチームリキッド強えわ。
So we're going to go to a short break.